The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic Super Male Vitality formula. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose.
I jump out of bed ready to fight these criminals every day. I look forward to waking up and taking my Super Male Vitality.
Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Aging starts at the cellular level. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries. During that period, key patented compounds have focused on mitochondrial growth, nerve growth, and rejuvenation. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. We now have the synergistic solution, DNA Force, just one of the key compounds. BioPQQ is backed by major clinical studies and over 175 PubMed-listed published studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life. You are a programmable guy that goes and watches Olympus Is Falling and believes all this and really thinks you're a hero. G.I. Joe, great American hero. Yo, Joe. You don't work for Joe. Joe got taken over. The G.I. Joe command base is run by Cobra. Do you understand that? And I use a child analogy to get through to you because that's your main programming template in North America. They're on record with that. That was all Pentagon directed. You understand? You work for Cobra. You dress like Cobra. You have the tactics of Cobra. You are Cobra. Hail Cobra. You want to be little boys? Or do you want to really join the Republic?
They know what's going on at the Bundy Ranch, and they won't even let a police information officer give us any information. That's a bunch of bullshit.
It's all these stupid G.I. Joe movies and stuff where the White House is attacked. The White House is run by Cobra.
When I went through the process of becoming press secretary, one of the first things they told me was, you're not even to acknowledge the drone program. You're not even to discuss that it exists.
It's run by chaos. It's run by Spectre.
Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, Extortion.
They run little kids. They run the snuff films. They run the drugs. They run it all. And because you act like a bunch of naive chumps, this whole thing's going to come down on us.
Very much concerns me, considering that they have all this bulk ammunition that they're shooting targets of children.
Would you like to tell me who it is that is doing this?
It is the Department of Homeland Security, sir.
Oh, thank you for calling.
To every police officer in this country, to every FBI agent, to every Secret Service agent, you work for Spectre. You work for Chaos. You work for Cobra. How do they get power? They stage a terror attack using Spectre, using Cobra.
Go f*** yourself.
Who is Cobra? Arms dealing, drug dealing, money laundering group wearing masks. They wear masks, ladies and gentlemen, because they're the corporate CEOs. And they're manipulating the governments against each other. Cobra runs the Muslims. Cobra runs the CIA. Cobra runs it all. Cobra is real. You can call it whatever you want. Cobra is in control of America. And Cobra says the veterans and the gun owners, they're saying that we're the bad guys.
These people who hold themselves out to be patriots are not. They're nothing more than domestic terrorists.
That's what Cobra would say. That's what Spectre would say. That's what Goldfinger would say, because that's who those people are.
I am Supreme Cobra Commander. You call your petty bureaucrats, officials, and authorities. You will kneel before Cobra or face my wrath.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Cobra Leader.
You pathetic little worm. How dare you call me Mr. Cobra?
Jakari Jackson made that about a year ago, but it just never gets old. We're going to air the Captain America intro at the start of the next hour that we only played once. That Jakari Jackson also put together, not just a great researcher and patriot, and one of the hosts of InfoWars Nightly News, 7 o'clock Central, but also a great video editor putting all that together. Jakari Jackson. And his name's cool. Whose name's cooler at the office, Jakari Jackson or Marcos Morales? Huh? That's kind of behind the
Morales
scenes.
Is pretty good.
I like walk by and say their names to them like it's a voiceover announcement. As you were saying, if the New World Order all just spontaneously combusted, I could go do voice acting. Actually, I've done a lot of big national voiceovers for movies and TV ads and financial ads, but they always want you to fly to New York or L.A. to audition. I almost always get the job, and it pays quite well, but it isn't exciting enough. But it is pleasing to know that I could dominate voiceover industry in cartoons, movies, ads, you name it, being able to do hundreds of voices, but that I refuse it to do media and promote freedom. I'm not bragging. I'm just, people are always like, yeah, you'd like to be in Hollywood, wouldn't you, Alex? No, I've actually turned down quite a few big roles because I'm too busy. It just isn't exciting. I've been in a few pretty big movies. Enjoyed them. They were shot locally. Patriots involved. Rick Linklater and Tommy Pilata. But after that, they wanted me to be in another production house, play like a mid-sized role in a science fiction movie that did come out. And I just said, no, I'm not going to come audition to that. And I don't know why I'm just distracting off into side issues and then sounding like an egomaniac narcissist. I'm not really. I'm just actually saying I reject Hollywood. I don't care. Everyone's God. Oh, to be a movie star. Oh, to have a hole in your head. How boring. Been there, done that, seen it. And so that's why I've been behind the facade, behind the curtain, and I know what a joke it is. And then I get around politicos that are even low level at the state level, and they're on such power trips and arrogant, or local reporters. Local reporters and local news anchors and local politicos are more arrogant than A-list Hollywood stars. They're like fantasizing. It's all part of this trendy culture that they've arrived. And it's like a 3-year-old girl dressing up as a princess and imagining she's a queen. Or a 3-year-old boy dressing up like Batman and running up and punching you in the arm and, you know, believing they're Hulk Hogan. That's fine for a 3-year-old, for a 5-year-old, but it's fantasy land. And so many Americans live in a fantasy land. Let's go to your phone calls. I have been ranting, and I am out of control. I've been ranting so much, I didn't even plug. I've got sponsors lined up around the block wanting me to plug their great products. Most talk shows plug 2 times a segment, not just the ads. I do it maybe once an hour. And I skip ads. I skip breaks because I just don't care. I just keep ranting. I don't know what you call it of the mouth, but it must not be good. Let's go to Chadwick in Kentucky with some serious news. You say an Ebola survivor speaking at your church tonight. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I just want to say that the Ebola survivor is going to be coming here and talking at the big church tonight. And I know he's big on open border policy, on keeping these guys coming in. Just need some marching orders on what we need to do when he's here.
Tell us the name of the church and which one of the Obama bots, quote, survivors of Ebola he supposedly is.
It's Dr. Kent Bradley. I think he's an actor, but he's going to be speaking at the Southeast Christian Church.
Well, I mean, I think folks should go there, and if they have questions and answers, ask him why top virologists are on record saying that Ebola patients shouldn't be brought to the U.S., and or I would throw out, do you know anything about the disappearances of people that show Ebola symptoms as reported by medical doctors on the Alex Jones Show? Or Dr. Forbes reported 3 days ago, and you can cite the article, it's an article that was linked on Drudge yesterday, that there's an ordered cover-up of Ebola-type patients and that the media is involved. Do you know anything about that cover-up? And then the follow-up would be, why are the default positions to not bring Ebola patients in and to let people who've treated Ebola patients travel, why have the default protections been turned off? That's the type of questions that I would raise. And then be sure you videotape it. Separately, bring a friend who can then ask a question when they're leaving or whatever, and come up with a camera and say, you know, we've seen actors at Sandy Hook. We've seen staged events before. We've seen CNN with actors claiming they were under Scud attack in 1991. We're here to ask you a very important question. What do you say to the allegations that you're really an actor and never had Ebola? And then get him to respond to that if that's the type of question you have. Because government's done stuff like this before. I'm not saying he's an actor. I don't know. But something's fishy in this whole deal. What are you planning to do?
Well, I mean, I want to either do that and, you know, dress up in a hazmat suit and get him, you know, get some signs going out there. But, I mean, we definitely need to ask tough questions. But I just think that he's there just to push the narrative on keeping the borders open and keeping the public calm.
Well, that will make national news. If you dress up in a hazmat suit with friends handing out flyers, and then you put that on YouTube, that you know, Ebola survivor challenged, or quote, Ebola survivor challenged by citizens, that is a sensational idea and a way to draw attention to the fact that they've turned off the Ebola defenses bare minimum. I think that's a great idea. See, you're smarter than me. You're asking me what you should do. You're smarter than me, Chadwick. And as people like you start taking action, nothing can stop you.
Definitely.
I think Cobra's in trouble. Cobra. All right, thank you, Chadwick. Very exciting. And that is in the Louisville paper. We trust but verify. We checked into what the caller said. Ebola survivor Kent Bradley to visit Louisville. Years ago, Ebola survivor and medical missionary Dr. Kent Bradley attended the Global Mission Health Conference at Southwest Christian Church, where he met some of his mentors, connected with employer Samaritan's Purse, and first learned about the missionary work in Liberia. Well, he'll be there tonight speaking. So, yeah, that's a good idea. And he might be real. He might have really had Ebola, folks. It's not that he's a bad guy. It's that the government are such liars, and Christian medical missions are probably the most infiltrated CIA fronts there are. Doctors Without Borders, all these groups, you can't swing a stick in the dark without hitting an operative. In fact, the desired operative in intelligence agencies, not just here but all over the world, is a medical doctor. Just going to let everybody in on a little secret. It's not commandos. It's not tough guys. It's doctors. Little news flash for everybody. In fact, I've got to say that's probably the biggest group in intelligence is doctors. Dr. Pachinik, medical doctor, will tell you that as well. A lot of them are psychiatrists, too. He's a medical doctor.